This week's show is sponsored by PoshMark, the simple and fun way to buy and sell fashion. Hello everyone, it's Toni, and I am in the middle of cleaning out my closet. Thanks to our new sponsors at PoshMark, I am having a closet sale. Now, for those of you who don't know, PoshMark is the fastest and easiest way to find great designer items, designer clothes, and everything you want for little or nothing, for a quarter of the price. And it's also the best place for you to sell your items. It's so easy. All you have to do is download the app. You just literally just take your cell phone and take a picture of your item, write in the description, and post it. You can post it and share it. Immediately you get like hundreds of views. Looking through my closet, I was so amazed at how many clothes I had in there that I don't even wear. And I haven't worn in years, or some I haven't worn at all. I still have this dress still has the tag on it. You can go online and shop, which is really easy because you can type in whatever designer item you want and look for clothes under that. And this is perfect for the holidays, especially because there are 25 million items on PoshMark and over 5,000 brands that you could shop from. But I tell you, the one thing I am most excited about is that PoshMark has a new home section. So every season I buy different pillows to accent my room, and now I can put them on my closet, and I can also find new accent pieces on PoshMark to redecorate, because you know I redecorate my rooms every season. So this is just perfect. So go check it out. There's just a whole community of Poshers who are inviting you to parties, and you'll get notifications. So if a certain brand you're looking for comes in, it's really a great app. So check out the free app link in my description tab, and you can download your PoshMark app and start shopping or start selling. Speaking of closet cleanouts, I have a great project for you coming up next. I'm using my old costume jewelry to make a great holiday gift. While cleaning out my closet, I also noticed that I had tons of jewelry that I hadn't touched in years. I also had some boxes and drawers filled with broken brooches and missing earrings and pieces that I couldn't wear, but I thought maybe I could use someday. Well, Christmas is coming up, and I think maybe I could use these pieces to repurpose into a beautiful gift. My sister loves jewelry. She has lots of it that she needs storage for. So I decided to make her a beautiful jewelry box made from jewelry. To make my jewelry box from Dollar Tree, I picked up 6 4.5 square candle display mirrors, sheer silver ribbon, and I'm using 1 craft stick. From Walmart, I got a couple of pieces of felt. From home, I'm using a couple of pieces of cardboard, some of my old pieces of jewelry, an old compact with a little round mirror, and I'm pulling out a few pieces of shaped gems. This tub I've used many times for many projects, and it still has lots of different shaped diamond gems left in it. This was $7.99, and I got it a couple of years ago from Hobby Lobby. And to put the pieces together, I'm using the Gorilla Clear Grip glue and the hot glue gun with Gorilla Glue sticks. I'd like to make a mirrored box, so I'm using these square candle display mirrors. These are perfect because they already have a beveled edge. It's 4.5 inches on each side, and it'll make a good sized box. The only problem is the back of these have these little pads that you'll have to take off. You could use a little plastic spatula to scrape most of it off. And I rub a little Goo Gone on it to get rid of all of the rest of the adhesive. I think I also got this at Dollar Tree, this little bottle. If you do use the Goo Gone, you'll need to wash it off afterwards to get rid of the oil on the piece. Okay, so I got all the foot pads off. It's okay to leave the tags on because they're going to be covered up. But I'm going to start with a sheet of paper, and I want to position these pieces into a box on top of a sheet of paper. So I'm standing one mirror up in front, and I'm positioning another mirror at a right angle right behind it. And I'm using a few strips of masking tape to keep those in place. And I want the corners to have a flush right edge. Front and the back pieces will go on the outside of the edge, and the side pieces will be on the inside. After it's all taped together, you want to make sure that the box is pretty straight. So position it on the sheet of paper so that all the angles are right angles. And with a pen, you want to trace in the inside of the box. So I'm using this drawing as a template to cut out the bottom portion of my box from cardboard. And I'm using my X-Acto knife for this. Now I'm going to drop the cardboard into the taped together box, and it should fit perfectly. It is not as snug as I want, so when you do this, just cut it a little bit outside the line. Now I'm going to start gluing these sides together. I'm going to do a corner at a time, so I'm going to take the tape loose and put the Gorilla Clear Grip glue on the corner edges wherever the pieces will touch, and also on the cardboard bottom. And press that together and put the tape back on it and make sure everything is lined up and flush. And do the same all the way around the box, glue all the sides together. And when that's finished, we're gonna let that sit for about a half an hour so that the glue could start to dry. Then I'm gonna go into all the corners with the hot glue gun. And I'm just gonna do a line of hot glue around the bottom and the sides and the inside of the box. And for this, I'm using Gorilla hot glue sticks. They are supposedly 5 times stronger than regular glue sticks. So I do prefer to use them on these heavy mirror pieces. It looks a little messy inside, but this will all be covered up with a lining. Next, I'm going to glue a mirror on the very bottom of this piece. I'm using the Gorilla Clear Grip glue. And I'm just putting glue on the 2 side pieces and in the center where the cardboard is. I'm also putting a line of hot glue on the top and the bottom. The shape of this box is no longer square because of the way I glued the pieces on. It's a tiny bit longer, so the mirror won't fit exactly on top. So I'm going to just center it over the 2 side pieces. Now I'm going to turn this over and start working on the inside. Before I put the lining in, I want to make a little hinge so that the door, when it opens, which is the top, it won't fall all the way back. So I cut a piece of ribbon about 8 inches, and I am putting a little hot glue in the center of this box, a dot, and I am going to glue the ribbon to the inside at an angle upward, about a 35-degree angle. And the other part of it will be connected to the top door, and I'll put that on after I do the lining. So I'm going to set this aside for a second, and I'm going to take my felt and use it to measure the inside of the box. I'm making little marks where I need to cut this piece. And this piece will be for the front side. I'm using Gorilla Clear Grip glue, and I'm just gonna start right at the edge and press down on the sides, and I'm letting some of the material overlap at the bottom. Next, I'm going to cut a long piece of material that will attach the top cover to the back of the box. But before I put the lining on, I want the ribbon to be underneath the lining. So I'm setting the door up as if it was open, and I'm putting the hot glue where I need it to be on this piece. Okay, so now I'm going to attach my felt to my top piece. So I'm starting at the top of the edge. I'm going to put the felt right on the inside of the covered door. And make sure you hold the ribbon out to the side while you're doing this. Okay, so the felt is going to cover the entire top door, but in the inside it's a little shorter. So from the top all the way down, I'm going to cut the sides a little bit. I'm also going to put a little window here for the ribbon to give it a little more space to be inside the box. Okay, so now this material should fit comfortably inside. Now I'm going to close the top before I glue it to make sure that the front is near the edges. I need to have a little gap in the back because, like I said, the mirror is not the same size anymore. It's a little bit longer. So I'm going to put some glue along the back edge right at the top, and then I'm going to just slide the cover back until the front meets up with the front of the box. Then I'm going to open the cover up and just press that material down in the inside. Then I can glue the other half of the material down the back. Okay, now I can glue my two sides down. I'm switching glues to the Fix-All adhesive from Dollar Tree. It's a little bit lighter, it's easy to work with, and it'll hold up fine for this. So, okay, I glued down the sides and the bottom. And one last touch, I want to put a little reinforcement on the back of this piece just to hold the door up a little bit better, or hold it in place better. I'm using the craft stick, and I'm going to cut it just exactly the size of the inside back part of this box so that it fits pretty snug up to the edges of the box. And I cut a piece of felt the same length, and I'm going to glue that down and around the craft stick. And I'm going to add some glue right at the top back edge, and to force that piece with the craft stick right up at the top back. Then I'm going to lay the rest of the material down so I can measure to see where it needs to be cut. Then I'll just glue it to the back and the bottom, and then I'll have the inside of my box ready. I also found this little compact in my closet, and I thought it'd be nice to have a mirror inside the jewelry box so my sister could look at herself as she's trying her jewelry on. So I'm going to use this little fingernail file to try to pry this mirror out. It's in there pretty good. So I'm going to put the Gorilla Glue and the hot glue around, and I'm going to stick that mirror right in the center on the other side of the door. Okay, now the inside of the box is done. It's time to decorate. Now this choker necklace I never really wore, but I do love the balls that are on here. I think they would make great feet. So I'm cutting the wire to release the balls, and then I'm going to turn my box upside down. And let me clean this side pretty good, and I'm going to glue these balls on with the Gorilla Clear Grip glue. Now I'm going to let this sit for about a half an hour at least before I turn it over to finish decorating it. Now for the top door. I was looking all through my pieces and I found this fabulous piece. and I thought it would go really great right here in the front on the edge. The ring right here on the bottom could be used to lift the cover to open the box. So I'm going to put some Gorilla Clear Grip glue right here at the bottom and right behind that big diamond. I'm also going to put a couple of drops of hot glue in alternating places. So I'm going to sweep the arms upward and glue down the side pieces. I'm going to cut the arms and make a nice shape. And I'm going to put one of my crystal diamond shapes right at the top. This is also a pretty piece. I'm going to add it right around the big diamond shape. So I cut the necklace and re-threaded it on a smaller wire and wrapped it around the large diamond piece. Now I'm gluing some oval diamond shapes on each side, and I'm adding a couple of those beads from that necklace on the top and the side of the diamond. And to finish this off, I used the rest of the beads from that necklace to make a little frame around my mirror. Well, I think my sister will really love her beautiful gift. I wonder what else I could make from my closet. And don't you all forget to download the free PoshMark app in the description tab below this video. You can shop from my closet or from your favorite brands. Follow me at Your House of Home and Your House of Home TV on your favorite social media for daily home, food, and gardening tips.